Hi viewers, welcome to More Light TV channel. Thanks for joining us on another edition of Marriage or Mirage. This series focuses on spreading more light on the mountain of family. I am Morolayo. Today we'll be looking at the topic, growing up in a poor family. I decided to take this topic because a lot of people in this environment or in this society find themselves in this shoe. Many of us grew up from a poor family. I am an example of someone that grew up in a poor family. Now, I want you to know that it is not a crime or a thing of shame to grow up from a poor family. I remember growing up in a family of 5 children with my 2 parents. That makes 7. And we were practically living in a face me, I face you kind of setting. You can imagine what that is. And it's like 7 people sleeping in one room. And it was so tough growing up. I remember that my both parents would spend their mega salary as civil servant then trying to get us into the best of schools, trying to give us the best of education. And other children in that environment equally have parents struggling to give them the best of education as well. But I noticed that when I look back today, I realized that I came out differently because even though I was in that situation at that time, I could remember that I had a vision for the future. I was always particular about my future. I paid attention so much to education that I knew that if I could get it right in the area of education, then I could sense that my future would be secured. So I can remember when other teenage girls of my age then will go about, following boyfriend, going for parties. In fact, some of them gave me names. They were like, you don't even come for our parties, you don't even hang out, you don't even have a boyfriend. And I'll say, you know what, there is time for everything under the sun. When the time comes, I'll have one. And I remember I will practically sit down after school with my books and I will practice and practice and practice. I'll practice till I master each topic: mathematics, economics, government, accounting. I will practice and practice and practice. Now, what am I trying to say? Even though I didn't have control over the kind of family background I was born into, but I have control over the kind of future I would like to experience. And that's why from that teenage years, I made sure I paid the price. I made sure I did everything I could do to ensure that my future turns out right. And today, I have no regret. Now, how did I make that happen? Despite the fact that we were living in that small room with that little parlor, I ensured that what was living inside of me is different from the reality of my experiences at that time. So even though I was living in a 1-room apartment, we were squeezing ourselves on this little bed. The truth is, I was dreaming, and I kept dreaming of a better future. I see myself at times, traveling out of the country. I see myself at times addressing a crowd. I see myself at times, doing big things that the so-called children of the wealthy will be doing. And even though as at that time I was nowhere, my parents were still poor, but I knew in my subconscious that it's only a matter of time. All of these things will become the reality of my life if only I could do the things that will get me there. And I thank God today that I remained focused throughout those years. It was not easy. You know, the pressures were much. Ladies of my mate were tempted, you know, to go with guys. Some got impregnated along the way, some dropped out of school. And the truth is, I kept at it. I went for education. From secondary school, I was able to gain admission into the university through the help of philanthropies and the help of God. I made it through university. I made it through my professional examination. I made it even to study a master's abroad. That came as an opportunity, I believe, from God. And I want to believe that if I didn't prepare myself for that opportunity, then peradventure it's possible that I may not have been chosen to be on that scholarship. But I realized that I was chosen as one of those to represent Nigeria on that scholarship scheme carried out by the British Council, because I've been preparing myself many years ago, even before that opportunity came. So if you are from a poor background today, I tell you, that's not an excuse for failure. That's not an excuse for taking on to social vices and being promiscuous, or taking to the street and being destructive. The fact that you are from a poor family does not mean you will not turn out well. You only need to remain focused. You only need to have a vision, have an ambition, be courageous. Don't let other people press you down or make you bow down your head in shame. As I'm so confident, and I tell you, I can be overconfident, not because I'm confident in my strength, but because I know that what I carry on my inside is so much more than what is on the outside around me. So I remain focused. I keep at my vision. I keep working at whatever it is I'm pursuing. And now, today, I want to thank God, because I can no longer refer to myself as from a poor background, because God has changed my story. My story has completely changed, and today I can boldly say that the story is different. So that can be your story as well. I know that our families can become better if we can choose character, good character, above rubies, above monies. All this lifestyle of young people chasing after money, chasing after things that are valueless, it's enough. Choose character, choose competence, choose integrity. And I tell you, it's just a matter of time. Opportunities will come your way. You don't need to pay money to have opportunities come your way. Opportunities will come on the way of the poor and the rich. The question is, are you prepared for that opportunity? When God brings that opportunity to your doorstep, would you be ready for it? So being poor or being from a poor background is not an excuse. You can succeed regardless of your background. You can choose how you will exit this world, even though you don't have control over where you were born into, but you can determine how you end up living your life on earth, or how you will pass on. I want to stop here today, and I hope you have learned a lot. So please, as families, try to choose character and good values over some other unnecessary things that will not create a future for you as a family. I hope that you have learned a lot. I would like to stop here today. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, More Light TV. Read more about this topic, Marriage or Mirage, from my book titled Marriage or Mirage. And you can visit our website, morelightng.org, to know more about us. I remain Moralaya till we'll see you again. Bye-bye.